What are some of the tips that we won't give all your secrets away, but what are some of the tips that you give some of your students to help them with that relationship with the horse, and how important that is, expressing that, especially with super competitive people that want to push on and get there to the big win as you reach that point. So how wonderful that you can take your experience with that and tell your students this is so important, the difference between your horses then and your horses now.
One of my longtime trainers growing up used to say, the hurrier you go, the behinder you get.
I like that.
Yes. And that's really true, right? Like, so the slowing down, like, it's so important. And I mean slowing down before I even walk into the barn. Like, I encourage everybody to know where they are emotionally, mentally, physically before they walk into the barn, because the plan they might have had may not be the plan we can do depending on where they are. And so that piece of it is like primary for me. And then definitely slowing down and breaking things down into their most basic steps for both the horse and for the human, you know. I have to catch myself as a teacher often being like, okay, this is not working. What is the small step here that we need to take for this to start making sense? And I think pairing that, I really try to make sure that my students become trainers. Like, every time they're touching their horse, they're training their horse. And I want them to know what they're doing at all times and how it's affecting their horse. So for my students, they need to have an understanding of animal behavior and behavioral psychology in animals, and understanding how pressure affects horses and how positive reinforcement, affects their horse, and being able to apply those concepts when they're doing their personal rides, when I'm not just there helping them. I don't want it to be just about me helping them. They have to be able to help themselves too.
Absolutely. Yes. You may not always be there. So
exactly.
Yes.